The faith that we're talking about, let me say this, it's not some mystical leap in the dark that begins where the evidence leaves off. No. Faith, simply defined, is the acceptance of testimony. It never extends beyond the evidence. You know, I can know something only in two ways, either by sensory evidence or by faith. All the things that exist in this world, I know that they exist because I can either see, hear, smell, feel, or touch them. So I know these things by sensory evidence. But I also know other things by faith. On my wrist is a rather cheap multifunction watch, which keeps me aware of the time and drives me crazy when I have to change it back when the time change hits. But you know, I've never seen, I've never touched, smelt, heard, or had any other sensory evidence regarding the person who made this watch. None. But I know just as surely as this pulpit is before me that this watch didn't just happen. It just didn't happen by an accidental explosion in a jeweler's door somewhere. Although I don't have any sensory evidence of the person who made this watch, yet I know that he exists because the evidence is before me. You can't deny it. And so it is with our faith in God as our Creator. Faith has no doubt in it. We can know that God created all things because, as the inspired psalmist said in the 19th chapter and verse 3, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And then Paul said in Romans chapter 1, verses 19 and 20, that the Gentiles, before the time of Christ, they should have known about God, because he said that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God has showed it unto them. Now what does he mean by that? God has showed it unto them. Well, look at the next verse. He said, for the invisible things of God from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made or created, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Without excuse. The Gentiles could look at nature and know there was a God. That's what Paul meant when he said in Acts chapter 14 and verse 17, I believe, nevertheless, God left not himself without excuse. Faith is knowledge based upon some kind of testimony, whether it happen to be written, oral, or derived from just logical reasoning.